So the topic of discussion for this presentation is what are the typical features of the business bank account in Singapore. Sometimes people are worried that they are foreigners and they are staying in overseas countries and how they will be able to operate the bank account. So the question sometimes can be, I am a foreigner incorporating a company in Singapore. How can I easily operate my bank account? So just to clarify, Singapore bank accounts do have complete internet banking and various other features with which it is very easy for anybody to operate the bank account from anywhere in the world. So let's proceed ahead. So the first point is most of the banks offer a secured internet banking facility and almost entire operations of the bank account can be done from internet banking. So here I am OCBC Bank website, and if you click on banking for companies and then if you try to log into the Velocity OCBC, then you can enter your organizational ID, user ID, password and log in into the OCBC bank account. So I am not going to do that here because I don't want to show my bank account. Now in majority of the cases, the access is secured by way of a two-factor authentication where an SMS code will be sent to your mobile phone and only after entering you can get access to the internet banking facility. In some cases, you can still get this kind of old-fashioned token machines. So even if the internet is not available in your area, you can use this and log into your internet banking. When you use the internet banking in the majority of these banks, the common transactions like checking the statement, checking transactions, transferring funds to overseas or to local recipients, receiving inward transfers, making payments, making salary payments, all these features are available in internet banking. So typically the internet banking screen will look like this and there will be various options with which you can add pays, make payments and so on. If you have multiple accounts with different currencies, for example you have a Singapore dollar account as well as US dollar account, then all these accounts will be available in your same login. So once you log into the system will offer you the option to select the account with which you want to view or in which you want to transact. So there is no complexity of doing multiple logins or remembering passwords for different currency accounts. The next feature most of the banks offer is when you are in internet banking, you can easily download the data and keep it for your record purposes. For example, you can download transaction reports. If your bank account is having significant number of transactions, then this can be easily done by selecting a specific date range. This data you can download for last 6 months and the transactions can be downloaded either in Excel or in PDF format. This is also important for you to do so because if you don't do it on timely manner, then any statement that you want to download which is older than 6 months will require you to pay $20 to the bank for retrieval of such a statement. So generally we recommend our clients that they should download these details periodically so that they don't lose the data and don't have to pay money for retrieval of statements later on. There is one more feature which most of the banks will offer, and that is of a GIRO and automatic payment setup. So what happens is in certain cases you might be making payments for GST and CPF. For example, if you are GST registered, then you will have to make the payment of collected GST to the government treasury. And if you are having Singapore local employees, then their provident fund will have to be deducted from their salary and it will need to be paid to their CPF account. So you will have to make a GIRO arrangement in this case, which is compulsory. So GIRO stands for Interbank Automatic Transfer. So what happens is when you submit the CPF details to CPF board will automatically withdraw that much money from your bank account. So you don't have to make any specific payments. You have to just submit the statement and the money will be automatically deducted. And the same is the principle for GST. You will submit the statement and whatever money is due from you to the government will be automatically deducted from the bank account. Now while for GST and CPF this arrangement is compulsory, you can also make this arrangement for other cases like your telephone bill or rent bill or maybe internet bill. So whatever are the expenses which are fixed in nature and happen every month, for that this arrangement can be used. Most of the banks will also provide you a debit card, which will be normally a MasterCard or Visa card debit card. So it does not have any credit limit, even though it looks exactly like a credit card. Instead, when you incur any expenses on this card, these expenses are directly put into your bank account, meaning the money will be withdrawn directly from your bank account. Now, any modern business will have expenses which are to be incurred on the internet. For example, you might be subscribing to CRM. You might be subscribing to SEO services. You might be subscribing to some digital marketing services for which you will want to make the payments online using a credit card. So in that place, you can use the debit card issued by these banks so that the expenses are accounted correctly in your bank account. The next feature is of checkbooks. So checkbooks are quite standard and are available with every bank account in Singapore. Normally the foreigners who work from abroad will not go for checkbooks. Maybe they will get one default checkbook at the time of opening the bank account, but they don't really use this much because they are anyway stationed in a foreign country, and then posting the check from there sometimes become very tedious. So for the foreigners, online transfer is a primary mode of paying for expenses and remittances. And the last feature that I am going to talk is about e-alerts or SMS alerts. So some of the banks offer this feature, but the cost in my opinion is generally high. I think OCBC Bank charges around $25 or $35 per month. So where if any deposit happens to your account or any withdrawals happen, that will be alerted to you via automatic SMS. So anytime this transaction happens, you will get an alert by SMS. Similarly, it will also alert you about the daily balances in the morning by way of an email or an SMS. So in summary, bank account for your company in Singapore comes with robust features. You can manage all activities and features online using internet banking, and you don't need to worry about how you are going to manage your bank account.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.